Hi, everybody. Today's book is called Owls by Sally Morgan. Do you like owls? Hoo-hoo. Since this book is considered nonfiction, it contains a table of contents that tells you all the different chapters that you can go to and the pages where you can find them to get the information about the owls. Many people have heard the sound of an owl hooting at night, but it is unusual to see an owl in the wild. This is because most owls fly at night. Owls are a type of bird. Birds are animals that are covered in feathers. They have wings and lay eggs. Most build nests and can fly. The barn owl is one of the best known owls in the world. Here's a picture right here. Appearance. Owls are closely related to birds of prey, such as eagles and falcons. They perch upright and have a large round head, a short tail, a hooked beak, so like this, like a hook, and powerful claws called talons. Male and female owls look alike, but females are often larger. The great horned owl is named after the tufts of feathers on its ears. See right here? This is the great horned owl. It looks like horns, but they're actually just feathers. Owls are often linked with wisdom, but in some countries they are also associated with magic and evil. As the nest becomes more crowded, the chicks spread their wings and hop onto nearby branches to be fed. At between 6 and 8 weeks old, they are ready to fly away and leave the nest. The young owls often look paler in color than the adults, with different markings. Some families stay together even after the chicks have learned to fly. The young of the Pell's fishing owl stay close to the nest for as long as 8 months. That's a long time. Flying! It's time to fly! Look at that. It's a great flying picture of the snowy owl. Owls are skilled flyers and use their broad wings to soar effortlessly through the air. Unlike many birds, they can slow their flight while they hunt for small animals on the ground below. However, they can also fly quickly. A great horned owl can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour or 60 kilometers per hour, even more. Most birds make a flapping noise when they fly, caused by the air rushing over the surface of their wings. Owls' wings are different. The soft feathers at the front edge of their wings muffle the sound and allow the owls to swoop down silently on their prey. Over time, an owl's feathers gradually become damaged and worn. So once a year, the old feathers drop out and new ones grow in their place. This is called molting. Some birds molt all their feathers at the same time, but owls only lose 2 or 3 feathers at a time. Some owls that hunt at night use camouflage to blend in with their surroundings while they rest during the day. So if you look at this guy, he's kind of blending into that trunk of that tree. That's what camouflage means, to blend into your surroundings. Owls are famous for their sharp eyesight and for being able to see in poor light. An owl cannot move its eyes in their sockets, so it has to swivel the whole head in order to look around. Owls have good hearing too. They can hunt in total darkness using sounds to find and catch their prey. The way the feathers are arranged on the owl's face helps to funnel sounds towards its ears. In barn owls, one ear is slightly higher than the other. This means that sounds reach one ear a little before the other. By turning its head, the owl can locate the source of the sound with pinpoint accuracy. The great owl can hear a beetle in the grass up to 100 feet away, like 30 meters away. The pupil is the dark spot in the middle of the eye that lets in light. See, this is the eye, and this dark part is called the pupil. Isn't this a handsome owl? Look at that. Now, feeding, owls are carnivorous and feed on animals such as insects, birds, and small mammals, including voles, mice, and rabbits. The Pell's fishing owl eats fish, while some of the larger owls may even eat smaller species of owls. Owls swallow their food whole, including any fur and feathers. 6 to 7 hours later, they cough up the indigestible parts in the form of a pellet, which they drop on the ground. Owl pellets are like shiny black sausages about the size of a man's thumb. So, maybe a little bit bigger than my thumb. But I have big hands, so could be this size too. So if you get a chance in 4th grade, you'll be able to study pellets and research what these owls have eaten. Owls that live in forest or woods hunt in a different way from owls that live in open habitats. Woodland owls sit still in the treetops, watching and listening for small animals moving on the ground below. As soon as they spot their prey, they launch themselves from their branch and swoop down to snatch their victim. That's how they hunt. The search for prey. Owls that live in open habitats such as grassland, farmland, or desert fly slowly over the ground, looking for small animals. Sometimes they will crisscross the same piece of land over and over again to make sure they do not miss their prey. A pearl-spotted owlet has 2 large black eyes on the back of its head to confuse its prey. That was a little confusing to me to read too. So it has some markings on the back of his head that look like eyes, I suppose. Not necessarily that they actually have eyes. Most owls live in a particular territory where they have their nests. They raise their young and catch their food. Some owls will even defend their territory from other birds of the same species. The size of an owl's territory varies depending on what it eats and how much food it can catch. A great horned owl needs up to 860 acres, while a great gray owl can manage with just 1,000 square feet. That's a big difference, as long as food is plentiful. Not all owls live in the same place all year round. Some migrate between winter and summer feeding areas. So that means they go from one place to another. However, unlike other birds, owls do not migrate every year, only when they cannot find enough food to eat. So tawny owls live in the same place all year round. Their territory can range in size from 30 to 250 acres. The short-eared owl may fly up to 1,250 miles. between its winter and summer homes. That's a long flight. Communication. You've probably heard that, right? How they talk. The hooting of an owl is a spooky sound. Not all owls are able to make sounds, but most owls hoot to communicate with each other at night. Owls can also shriek, bark, and even sing. They are particularly noisy in the weeks before the breeding season. Screech owls are named after the loud screech they make when they attacked. The tawny owl is particularly well known for its song, which sounds like choo, or sometimes hoo, 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 hoo. The sound carries a long way at night and is often answered by another owl. Some pairs of screech owls sing together, with the male and female taking turns to complete the song. The burrowing owl has a rattling call that sounds like the warning sounds produced by a rattlesnake. This keeps predators away. The word owl comes from the Old English word yule, which means to howl. Yule. I didn't know that. That's something new that I just learned by reading this with you. Owls under threat. All around the world, owls are under threat. The main cause is the destruction of their habitat as forests are cleared for timber or new farmland. Many owls are poisoned by chemicals that farmers use to protect their crops. When the owls eat rats, mice, and other animals that have been killed by pesticides, they too become poisoned and die. Owls are also under threat because some people steal owls' eggs. Even though it is illegal to do this in many countries, this means the eggs never hatch and the owl population declines. That means it gets smaller. Fortunately, owls are popular birds and many people are working to save them. Some of the most important habitats for owls have been made into nature preserves so that they are protected. In some places, people are building special boxes so that owls have plenty of sites in which to nest. Of the 26 threatened owl species, 4 are facing extinction. That means there won't be any more once they are extinct, including the Seychelles scops owl and the forest owlet. Here's their life cycle, a diagram of their life cycle. Can you see that? So like every other nonfiction book, you have a glossary of terms that were used during the writing of this book. And these are words particular to the owls. Acre, birds of prey, camouflage, carnivore, extinction, habitat, incubate, indigestible, mammal, migration, molting, predator, prey, species, territory, and tundra. So these are different words that were used in the book, and it tells you what they mean. So you can always, if you come across a word and the text or paragraph doesn't tell you what it means, then you can go to the glossary, find the glossary in the book. You can go to the table of contents also, and if you notice, page 31 is the glossary, and there's also an index. I'll tell you about that in a moment. See, if you go back to page 31, that's the glossary. And the index has a certain topic with a page number, or a certain term with a page number where you can find it. Okay? So, my future scientists and biologists, I hope you've enjoyed this and keep on reading about animals and trying to protect them. Till next time.